What's up, guys? Welcome back to Revelation 11:27, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth, where we've been speaking the truth throughout this whole time. Even if the truth wasn't the most popular of choices, here in this channel, we remained truthful, regardless of it all. We remained honest, we remained authentic, and we remained open, right? Open to new experiences, open to the mysteries, and open to the magic of the universe. Let me turn on my candle. Shine bright like a candle. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I love my vulture feathers. And I'm so thankful for the vultures for allowing me to have these beautiful gifts from them. I'm grateful for God, I'm grateful for Mother Nature, grateful for my ancestors, for the angels, grateful for the Galactic Federation. Thank you guys for the extra dimensional help. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm even grateful for the people that kind of pushed me to my limits, because it was there where I found my strength. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Let's see what the energy is. Let's jump straight back. Let's jump straight into it. That's what I meant to say. I am so proud of the little family that we've created here on my channel. The little family that continues to grow, and that will always continue to grow. A little family where we can all be ourselves and feel love, even if it's through a screen, right? Because most of what you're gonna go through in life, right? I don't know who I'm speaking to. I'm just saying, like, most of the things that you're gonna go through in your life, probably going to be by yourself. And through those times, I had amazing teachers here on YouTube that made me feel like I wasn't alone. See how this flame is burning? That not only made me feel comfort and love through a screen, but that also educated me about spirituality, who also allowed me to discover my own spirituality and my own spiritual gifts. And I'll always be grateful for them. So I just want to remind you guys that you're never alone. And I know people say that, but you know, I feel like we've reached a certain time frame here on Earth where spirituality and everything that people were demonizing is just all old news, right? Fake, false news. And I'm so grateful that we have YouTube. We have people like me, people like you, people like others that are sharing their stories here, and also teaching others how to deal with their emotions, how to respect themselves, how to keep their integrity and their values and their morals. I'm so grateful for them. And they know who they are. I literally wrote a whole list of, and I feel like we're all gonna be doing great, amazing things together. Yes, my left ear's ringing. But yeah, whatever you're going through, right? Be grateful that there's YouTube here. Like, literally all of the confirmations that I needed, things that, you know, my mother knew what was going on, but she was not saying it. Like, I had to discover all that by myself. And thanks to the spiritual teachers that I had here on YouTube, I was able to not only come out of it a stronger person, but also I came out of it discovering new spiritual gifts and ability that I didn't even know I had. And I also came out of it with enough wisdom and knowledge and experience to now share it with you. For that, I'm grateful. Okay, let's see what the energy is. What do we need to see, Spirit? What do we gotta know? So you always had a vision, right? With the Seven of Pentacles here. See how the guy is just, he's like building, he's like planting, and then he stops and he looks at his crops. But he's working hard. So you always had a vision of where it was that you wanted to be. You always had a vision of what you wanted to do, right? And you stayed consistent. You stayed perseverant through it all. Through no matter how many obstacles, how much shit people put in your way to try and stop you from your destined path. No matter all of that, you stayed persistent and you stayed committed to your heart's true desires, right? And that didn't go unnoticed. Your work didn't go unnoticed. Your confidence didn't go unnoticed. So whatever you planted in the past, best believe that you will receive the fruits of that labor. What else we gotta see, Spirit? What else we gotta know? And look, you got the Ace of Wands. Yes, Ace of Wands. You're standing in your power right now. You have all this fire, like this flame right here. All this passion for what's about to come in your life. And the Ace of Wands is a fiery new beginning. Full of romance, full of passion. And you're in control of your destiny now. You're in control of your life. And you're no longer letting anyone get in the way of that, right? The first person that tries it, you make sure to kick them the fuck out, right? It's like, don't try me. I got the Ace of Wands. I got the biggest fire of the tarot deck. And that's power, right? That's you knowing your power. That's you knowing what you're capable of doing. And that's you protecting your new beginning. That's you protecting what you love. That is powerful. Okay. Let's read those. It's powerful, right? Because with the Death card here, maybe you weren't in your power before, right? Could be for many different reasons. But whatever, like we're not going to get into that right now, but whatever was keeping you from being in your power in the past, whatever was blocking you, whatever was, in the way there, like a nasty, sticky energy, whatever perceptions, whatever ideas you had about what a man or what a woman should be like based on passed down religious beliefs by your own family members, whatever it was, you've let all that go. And that has allowed for this new beginning to come into your life, for this transition that you needed, to take your life on to the next step. This death also allowed for the 1.0 version of you to die off, to welcome in the 2.0, right? With a better consciousness, better health, better skin, better hair, better body, better thoughts, better neural pathways. That's what you 2.0 is doing. And that's what this death that you allowed has brought into your life. Now you have all of the energy in the world, right? To chase after your dreams, to chase after what it is that you want, because you're no longer being held back by people's opinions or judgments. No, you have nothing. You're free. You're a free-spirited individual, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, as long as you're not hurting anyone. That is powerful, right? But look, getting here, I just want to make it very clear. Getting here is not that easy. Like, you don't just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm gonna allow this death. No, the death has to build up. You have to get annoyed about the way that you're thinking, about the way that you're seeing life. Like you have to get fed up with that in order to allow this, right? And not only get fed up, right? But there had to be a time where you had to be in hermit mode, and you had to step back a little bit, like step back from being tempted, step back from going out every weekend and drinking, step back from just having sex with anyone just because. You had to step back from sharing your energy and your time with people that were not reciprocating that. Instead, they were hindering it. You had to step back from all of that to observe. Because when you don't step back and when you don't observe, you'll continue the same cycle. It'll be kind of like a car on autopilot. It'll just keep going and going and going until one day it just crashes. But you avoided that crash. You avoided that crash by taking time and stepping back and observing your whole life. Maybe you even did some soul searching, right? You allowed your mind to quiet down, maybe through meditation, maybe through being out in nature, whatever it was that allowed your mind to quiet down, you allowed that to happen. And it gave you a different introspection, right? It allowed you to find your soul. It allowed you to get closer to God. And this, being on hermit mode, it's not easy. Not everyone is okay with being by themselves. This moment is you, by yourself, with your thoughts. Not everyone has that strength. A lot of people claim that they do, but when it comes down to it, no. You are needy, you are codependent, but yet you still want to sit down and talk shit about other people and judge other people? No. Right? But you weren't like that. You took this time and you really took advantage of it how you had to. And you learned and you grew from this time, right? You listened to your inner guidance. And your inner guidance is God's way of speaking to you, your intuition as well. And that's why I said that you got closer to God. Not by going to any church, not by reading Bible verses. Look at this flame. Distorted Bible verses and using them to judge others. like all these karmic and fake God believer people do. No. You took that time and you really listened to your inner self, to your soul, to God. And look how you came out at the end. You're the emperor. Meaning that you have you have learned so much about yourself, about your energy, about your powers, about spirituality, about what it really means to be connected to God. And you're sitting on your throne how you deserve. Because you've done the work. And I'm not saying that there's no more work to be done. No, everyone continues to learn. Come on. What a boring life if we just already knew what we had to do to know. No. But you know that. And you're in control of your fire. You're in control of your water. You're in control of your earth. And you're in control of your air. And you know how to use that wisely now. Right? You still have your morals, your values, your integrity. You still hold that authority, right? Because an emperor holds authority. A true emperor, not a corrupted emperor or an emperor in reverse. No, we're not speaking about that. So I want to make that clear because people, no. You are someone who is just, who stands up for what's right, who protects what needs to be protected. That is beautiful. You deserve to be recognized as an emperor because you've done the work. And I want you to know that, look at this. Look how you probably were before the death. Which is still good. It's still your old version of you building. Never letting go of that vision that you always wanted. And you allowed for that death to change your thoughts, to change your consciousness, to make you a better human being. And that is why you deserve to be here today. And you're respected for that. And look, you got the emperor in the Hierophant. Meaning that what you've always held most valuable to you, you still have that. You never lost your morals or your integrity or your values. You didn't lose your kindness or your love. No. You're still going to incorporate the things from your heritage, from your culture, from your roots into your new life. I'm getting chills as I'm saying this. And God sees that, the universe sees that, your own ancestors see that, which is why we have the Hierophant here, the higher word. Meaning what the spiritual world thinks. You have, everyone's okay. They're proud of you. And I'm proud of you. Because yes, this journey may seem a little bit easy, right? People may look at my car, it's so colorful and like fun, but the amount of work, the amount of perseverance, the amount of focus, the amount of emotional and mental balance that you need to be able to reach this point in your life is just tremendous. And even through it all, when you think you're almost there goes the karmics again, or there goes an obstacle, and still you have to remember what it is that you're here to do. And you, just like me, remembered what we were here to do. That is why we're here today. And I think that is so beautiful. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of anyone that decides to take initiative to change their lives for the better. And you did that. That is wonderful. Let's get an angel message, actually. Dang, that reading was just beautiful. Beautiful, like the work that you've done. Beautiful, like the work that you will continue to do. Beautiful, like the life that you're about to have. Because when you change your consciousness, when you change all of that, you're changing your whole life around for the better. God wanted you to go through this process. We got relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God. And every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. So to attract, heal, and balance any relationship, then you need to get closer to God. And a lot of people may say that they are, but they're not. And I will say this again, right? You can be close to God without meditating. You can kind of see like a little bit of it. But if you really want to get close to God, if you want your connection to God to be direct, not have little, you must meditate. You must train your brain to quiet down when it needs to quiet down. And not only will that help the relationship with God, that will help the relationship with the rest of your body, with the connections in your body, with the connections to the organs in your body. And that is also God. And when you do that, not only will you improve your relationship with with God and your body, but also the relationships around you, people and friends, even your love life. And why is that? Because you attract what you are. If you're someone that takes care of themselves, if you're someone that is genuine and kind and authentic, then that's the type of relationship that you will attract. Which is why you see all of the karmics together. It says, reward yourself. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level. Right? And this is so important. A lot of people feel guilty for taking care of themselves. A lot of people feel don't put a mask on. A lot of people don't get a massage because they just feel guilty for doing that. Or they feel like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think if I'm putting on a mask? Like, they're going to think I love myself. Yes, it's okay to love yourself. People don't love themselves enough. And especially if you were someone like me, who you would take care of yourself, but you would put other people first for no reason. It's like you're doing something, so and someone will ask you for a favor, and you will drop whatever you're doing to go help them. I used to be like that. People didn't mind it, of course, but when I needed help, no one was there. No one was there. And I started to just focus on me. And I could notice all of that energy that I was giving away, all of that love that I was giving away to others who did not appreciate it. I was noticing that being put back into my body, being put back to my vessel. And the more I did that, the more energy I had and the better I felt. Because what happens if you just keep giving and giving and giving? You will reach a point of exhaustion. And like I said before, if you were somebody like me, no one is going to be there when you're exhausted. So keep watering yourself, right? You can't water other people if your cup needs to be filled. If you don't have any water in your cup, how can you pour water into someone else's cup? No. That's something that you learn in your path, right? The more energy you have, the closer you are to God, the better you feel, and the more you attract. Ooh. So take some time for yourself, right? Be around people that make you feel happy. Do things that make you feel happy, that make you feel love. Whatever it is, whether it's a little mini getaway, a little vacation, a little mask, a little massage, whether it's putting on some music, being in your underwear, being naked in your home, in your privacy, whatever it is, do that for yourself. Do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. And you will see how you will attract what it is that you want. Maybe you're attracting a relationship, a well-deserved one. But yeah, congratulations, right? Congratulations for enduring a path like most chosen people, a path that was made to destroy you, a path that was made to stop you, a path that was made to just keep you stuck and stagnant for the rest of your life without figuring out anything. But it takes a true chosen one to go through it and learn through it and come out of it unscathed and come out of it with all of the energy in the world and knowledge and wisdom and with the what do you call that? With the will to help others. That is power. And I'm proud of you. All right, see you guys next time.